container be empty and still good. A chance to make a mess. It just is getting bad.
The little wand thing's not long enough.
The problem is this is too thick.
Do you like it thick?
See how stringy it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's worn out. Good for racing, but I'm not racing right now. Look what I found.
New one. Damn, it's tight.
Stringy. It's got to be mixed up now. Look at that. They put some yellow back in there and now it de-separates it.
Mm-hmm.
Mix it up. Yeah, it used to be yellow, then it went white, or clear, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's back to kind of in between. Oh, it's real thin now. Yeah, the other stuff's good for race bike. Because I use gaskets, I use sealer rolling, so it works better. Yeah. We don't need that right now. We're going to hang it on right there. Purposely made for that. So you try not to make too big of a mess here. You don't do the whole pad, you only do the part you think you're going to see, or seal, I mean. I'll still let you wipe off the excess. That one's thick. Good to go, new can. How about a new bottle of this?
Maybe a top up.
I keep topping off, that's why it's
Exactly,
white.
right?
It's not black anymore. Evidently they haven't had white ones for quite a while. Probably about 20 years.
Oh wow.
We'll have to switch over the black ones here sometime.
You just take your time.
Still got another white one over there where we're at.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you do.
Because I got the black one next to it to refill it. It's harder to misplace the white one.
Yeah, stands out a little more.
Maybe that's why they went to black.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you need to replace it because you lost it.
Okay, we're all lubed up. Which one's that one? Make sure you don't have oil on your fingers. See, this one's oily, these ones are dry.
Mm-hmm.
Oil and gasket good don't like each other. They tend to not work very well. All right. I always like to pre-lube the rollers. See how dry it is?
Mm-hmm.
Not making a mess anymore. It does not matter which way it goes in. It's a big couple forums, I guess, was talking about lining up lifter holes. Bunch of dumbasses. You have an oil hole here. It's only an 1/8 inch in size, probably not quite that big. And you have this whole surface area that's about 30 thou high. The area that is nowhere near from here to here, and it's the whole thing's wide open. So
Right.
it makes absolutely no difference where that hole is at. All you do is look at volumes. Technically, if you put it on the other side, it might have better oil pressure because the oil might be turbulating coming through that hole into that big flat area.
Mm-hmm.
How come this is not fitting? There it goes. So on the back side, it's out of the area that's seeing all the turbulation. It might have a better even flow. Let them talk about that for a while. Makes all the difference in the world when you have that massive 5 pounds of oil pressure.
Exactly.
We might have 8 pounds now. We did all that gasket.
Resurfacing.
So if it had 8 pounds hot, should be a miracle. Usually like 0 to 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Being generous on the 0. That'd be negative.
Right.
Alright, so now we got a nice oily mess everywhere. There we go. Get a clean rag out of these.
No, that's a clean one.
Clean, alright. Alright, so those go up and down for you now? It's nice and gooey.
Exactly.
So what you do is you push it up and down like this. See how they drop? That's what you want to see. Now remember, your lift only goes up about 300 thou to maybe 400 thou max if you have a really big hand. So you don't have to open up very far to know what you're getting. Okay, this is the front one, so you want to make sure that hole lines up with that hole over there. If you go quickly, the lifters go in there before they
Sink down.
Yeah, you get it in there quickly. And you follow quickly with a screw to line it. Doesn't want to drop in though. Snug. Pretty tight. we don't have to worry about taper block alignment with taper head screws because they're self-aligning. Otherwise you'd have to have those fancy ass tools they say to use all the time. Now the block goes in tight like this, the problem is the block all the way down or does it just stop moving?
Mm-hmm.
That's the
It
question.
went in loose while it's dry.
Yeah. Not going in loose this time. The gasket might be right up on the edge too.
Right.
And with the sealer.
Just fouling with it.
And with the sealer.
Mm-hmm.
But I have had the blocks so they would not go in the motor.
Really?
You have to go on with, and if the surface is not, if the surface is warped on the case or uneven,
Right.
or if you beat it in with this big lip in there, the lifters actually lock up and don't go up and down.
Wow.
They'd be tight. So now it's time to make it tight. You got two. You come back over here. See how it doesn't move very far?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know how tight it is. You also hear it's tight too. Alright, those are in. Now you see if they're warped. They should go up and down. Nice and easily. See how they drop back down nice and freely?
Mm-hmm.
See on your top dead center right here? See how these are still moving? That means you're on the compression. You're not on the compression on the overlap stroke.
Mm-hmm.
See how these ones over here are not moving? Because it's on the compression stroke.
Okay.
So right now you can put this cylinder together and adjust the valves, you're good. This one you can't because those are open.
Right.
You turn it down one turn around and it's, now those are closed and these are doing the overlap jiggle. See now these are going back and forth
Mm-hmm.
and these aren't moving. 4-stroke motor, every other time it does stuff, not every time.
Right.
Some people get confused. What do we got for push rod covers, O-ring or cork?
They're just the old ones in there at the moment, but isn't there new ones in the gasket kit?
These are cork. Where's the gasket set?
It was up here.
So some mixtures of everybody's kit.
I guess so.
Everybody's laying claim to the same kit. Good.
Someone's gonna come up shy with some parts at the end.
Well, first come, first
Yeah,
served.
exactly.
Goes to put his motor together.
He's like, sorry, you can't finish.
There's no gaskets. for it.
Exactly.
Might be a clue there's something going on. I'll just tell him you needed them and
Yeah.
there you
Sorry,
go.
Arthur.
Doesn't need it. Alright, I like putting these in right now. Covers up the oil so dirt don't stick to it and also plugs the hole up a little bit so not everything will just fall in now. Every time you make a hole smaller, less shit falls in.
Right.
Alright, so those are good to go. Motor still turns nice and freely. We're good. All right, what's next?
Want to finish up the cylinder, the heads?
About the heads we're doing.
Well, we need to put the rock box cover and stuff on.
Yeah.
Cylinders need to be honed and painted.
Ah, we got work to do on those yet.
Mm-hmm.
Where's our distributor?
It's just
Might as well do a little
Throw that in.
pre-timing. I have to figure out how to time this thing. Right there. No, not that one.
that one. That's it. Throw it in.
So this goes in there like this. It's already got an O-ring seal. So it just drops in the hole. So the cylinders on, you can put the distributor on when the heads are on. Don't hold your breath.
Right.
Okay, so we are on the overlap stroke right now because both lifters are moving. So let me go back around. Now we're on the compression stroke. So there's TDC right there. It's going to fire over here though. If we're setting the time in, it goes over here.
Mm-hmm.
Now if I go ahead and hook this up and put power to it, we can actually turn it and see where the light's going to be at.
All right.
And we'll know. Now if we don't have a light and we're lazy, then we have to do it mechanically by looking at it. Now this distributor you can rotate it where you want, but where do you want the clip to be? Where do you want the wire to be does matter.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you want the
I
wire.
like the one on the back side.
Usually
So-
like the wire over here, and you like the clip over here. We can get
Right.
to it.
Mm-hmm.
So we prefer to time it right here.
Yeah.
'Cause when you put this lid on there, we want it open right here.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know what stroke we're on this because I have no idea where we're at. So we need to figure out kind of where we're at. But the only way we can actually time it, we're going to have to actually hook it up. So this here. So if I drop the screws here, then up there.
Yeah. Good idea. Too many big open holes up there.
Yes, there's not too big open holes. Okay, so it goes down like that. Which way is this turn? Clockwise or counterclockwise?
I'm not sure.
That way. Counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise.
Normally it goes clockwise though.
Oh, right, really?
We go reverse.
Right.
We're reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that movement we got. Alright, so these cups go around. So we gotta figure out which cup's gonna fire first. See how the see how the location these are?
Mm-hmm.
It's about the same spot, see? They're about here and they're about here. See the phasing's about the same. They're both on this side of the circle, not on this side. So right now this is going to go in here. It'll time kind of in this area, but I don't know exactly where it's going to trigger at. It comes off when it goes through these windows. It's going to fire on the back side of the window, not the front side.
Mm-hmm.
The front part will turn the ignition on,
Right.
which will energize the coil, and then it's called a dwell. And then over here it's going to actually fire when it comes across that. If you look in here, there's a little magnet in there.
Mm-hmm.
So now is the magnet going to be on the front side or the back side of the magnet is where it's going to fire it at.
Oh, right. So you have a bit of play there.
It's probably going to do it on the front side of the magnet and the back side of that. So you got to kind of guess where that's going to happen at. So my guess is it's right here on the edge of this. The magnets are about right here. We're rotating this way. So the cup's going to hit the magnet coming into it. So it's going to fire on the front side of that. So basically about right in this area here is where it's going to fire at. And the hole's over here. So I think it's going to fire about right in that spot right there. Now, are we on the front hole, the rear hole? That I'm not sure about.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you notice, our holes are way over here. So we're not even close to on
Yeah.
time. We need our marks to be over here. And see if you're over here, see it's in the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to lift this thing up, move it over a bunch, put it back in. So now, about where the clip is, about where we're going to fire.
Mm-hmm.
Give or take a little bit. And I'm going to guess that it's going to fire. It comes in this way. It's going to be on the leading side. It's going to be on this side of the magnet, which is right here. So somewhere in this area here is where it's going to fire. So in that line up, we're going to be close. If I had to guess, which I am. See, I'm on the edge of the magnet here.
Mm-hmm.
Is where I put the line. And we already know that this here is about where the edge of the hole's at. So if you put this in there, of course you can't drop in there because the clips are in the way. No, the clips are below that. No, they're not. See, the clips are in the way of this being there. So we cannot have the magnets in that position. See, these clips are hidden here. So that means we have to rotate this away from where the clip is. So we're going to either be over here further, or we're going to be over here further. We have to clear all this.
Mm-hmm.
So our cover's right here. So I think I'd rather be this direction than this direction.
Yeah, same.
So this is going to be way on the back side, more over here, not over here like stock is.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't time it correctly if you are. Unless I'm doing something all wrong, which I might be. Okay, so the problem with that is that's still a pretty big target. I don't think we can be in this spot. We're going to have to be over there. So the hole's right here now. It's about the edge of this. Of course our line's right on the magnets. The line's right on the edge of the ultimate sentinel. This has to be over here, which is right where the wire's at. So this is dictating everything at this point. So how are they supposed to make this work? The damn clips are in the way of everything. So no matter what you do, they're in the way. Kind of limits you what you can do. So you can only move it until you hit the clip.
Right.
Clip's right there, see? There's no screw hole here, see there's no place to hold it. We're hitting on the clip,
Mm-hmm.
there's no screw. So we're going to have to go to the other side of the clip. Yeah. There's no adjustment.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can't adjust it here and here. We're strictly going to be going by this adjustment, not, we can't move this here. We're locked in on this. Can't change it. No way of changing it. Okay, so now if we're gonna be over in this area here, so we need to have our cup in this area over here. So we need to move it back up. 1 tooth. It's gonna be there.
Still no movement.
Yeah, right there.
No, but it's no timing.
No, I can't. You got
Adjustment up, yeah.
almost nothing here.
Wow.
You have shit,
Nothing.
30 thousandths of
Yeah.
adjustment, so it's fixed basically. But our notch is about right here, and we're right in the middle of the timing is here.
Mm-hmm.
Clips where we want it. This is where we want it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this should be pretty close to where it belongs. So when you're using this Ultima module, it kind of limits what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically, I'm in the right spot. If not, I'm in the wrong spot. So how do you know?
Hook it to the lights.
You got to hook up the power. Then you'll know. So where's your power at?
My battery's at home.
Wow.
Where's your power at?
Obviously I have very little power. Look at the light.
Just missing a couple.
Got almost no lights that work around here. I'm in the dark all the time. In more ways than one.
Right.
Dark a lot.
People
read the
keeping you in the
comments.
dark.
You can read the comments about that. There's probably forums about that too, I bet. Okay, I think it's about right here. So if I had to guess, I'd say it's going to line up pretty close to this edge right here. That clip's going to be about right in this area. That's where I think it's going to be.
Nice.
Assuming we're on TDC right now, which we're not quite. We're close. So how far off is my TD mark?
Back of the hole.
Close. So, all right. So we're going to have to figure out where all these, which ones we use for power to make things work.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go get the instructions for this so I make sure I hook it up correctly, because if you hook them up wrong, you will fry that instantly. If you're lucky, there might be a spark, but more likely you won't even do that. It'll just kill it instantly.
Wow.
So we got to hook it up correctly. So we'll be back.